Hey everybody, this is Mitch from Boardco, and today it is my pleasure to introduce you to the 2022 Supreme S220. This is a brand new model for Supreme and essentially a complete overhaul of everything that's come before as far as Supreme goes. This boat has taken everything to the next level, from the performance aspect of the boat to the interior fit and finish design to the overall quality aspect of everything that goes into it. This boat is packed with performance and incredible value and incredible quality all in one. We're going to dive into the details and show you what it makes this boat truly unique in its class and like nothing that has really come before. The first and most notable thing to talk about when it comes to the Supreme S220 is the new hull design and the new running surface that comes on it. The Supreme S220 features Supreme's new EasyV hull design. This is based off and inspired by Centurion's OTB hull design, the hull design that has revolutionized wake surfing and really the wake boat industry by providing a wake that provides the best wake, waves, and rough water ride of any boat bar none. This hull design on the Supremes has been inspired by that OTB hull and takes some of its great characteristics to apply onto the Supremes with a little bit of a twist that will make it so that the boat is a little bit more user-friendly and easier for those who may not be as experienced or wanting as much customization as what is available on the Centurions. The EasyV hull design is going to deliver phenomenal rough water ride and the best wake surfing performance of any boat in its class by far. Here on the exterior of the Supreme 220, there's some really unique features that have been designed onto this model. As an example, there's these unique chiseled body lines here on the outside of the boat that not only add great styling and design, but also add to the rigidity of the hull to make it so that the boat is going to be more solid as it travels through the water with less flex and less movement. Going beyond that, the Supreme S220 is designed with a really classic look in mind. It's got aggressive body lines, but it's got a classic overall feel and gel coat scheme as well. The goal with this boat was to be classic and timeless while at the same time being modern. It's a really unique look that is gorgeous and beautiful and virtually anybody can appreciate. The Supreme S220 not only looks great with its body lines, it also has the ability to be customized with just about any colors and gel coat schemes that you may want. You can select from a almost endless number of different options when it comes to customizing the look of the boat, both on the exterior of the boat and the interior. The thing that we next want to talk about and highlight is the performance that this boat delivers. We talk about the EasyV hull and why it's super great. But going beyond that, the Supreme is packed with a surf focus from the front of the boat all the way to the back of the boat. This boat is equipped with more ballast than any other boat, not only in its class, but in any class. This boat is equipped with 4,400 pounds of ballast, far more than any other 22-foot boat on the market that isn't a Centurion or a Supreme. This ballast, combined with the EasyV hull design, is going to deliver the best and most customizable surf waves of any boat out there in the market. You can develop any wave in any size and shape using the combination of the surf technology on this boat, the hull design, and the total displacement that is available in the Supremes. Now let's go over to the back of the boat and I can show you some of the details as to why this boat hull is completely unique and some of the unique features that it offers that is going to enhance your experience on the water. As we come around here to the back of the S220, there's a few things that are important to note that are radical changes for 2022 on the Supremes. The first one is talking about the EasyV hull design that I mentioned earlier. As you can see, the hull design has a lot of V angle here at the back end. Because it was inspired by the Centurion OTB hull design, it also features the similar characteristic of dead rise. Now, what dead rise is it's a measurement between the center line of the boat and the outside edge of the boat and how much angle exists there. Now, at the very transom of the boat, most boats feature a really flat bottom hull, meaning that it's between 3 and 5 degrees of dead rise at the back end. In fact, that's pretty much almost every other surf boat in the market. Instead, the EZV hull on the Supreme 220 has a 20-degree dead rise angle here at the back end. This is going to accomplish two major important things on the boat. The first one is it's going to deliver a superior surf wave. The reason why is that the hull is going to do most of the heavy lifting and most of the work when creating a phenomenal surf wave back there behind, because all you're doing is shifting the flow of water from one side to the other, and the hull is doing most of that shifting work, as opposed to having a device that really pulls and grabs the entire hull and moves it from side to side. In addition to that, this hull is designed primarily to create a better surf wave. But one of the great characteristics about it is it happens to also create a phenomenal rough water ride. This boat is going to drive through rough water better than virtually any 25-foot boat that is out on the market that is not a Centurion or a Supreme. And that is because of this V dead rise. It's going to slice through rough water much smoother than other boats will that have a flat hull that'll skip and bounce across the water. So that's just a phenomenal feature with the EZV hull that makes it so it's not just a better performing boat, but also a more comfortable boat to drive in, especially if you're doing something like driving through the channel like Powell. Next, we have here on the back of the boat the new Quicksurf plates that are available that are specifically designed to go with the EZV hull. As I mentioned, the hull is going to do most of the heavy lifting with shifting the flow of water from side to side, and the Quicksurf plates just make that flow of water natural to go from one side to the other. As you notice, there's not any major big hooks or other devices that go out the side of the boat when we're talking about these Quicksurf plates, and that's just because of the way that they're designed to work with the hull to just simply shift the way that water flows off of the back of the boat. Lastly, here on the transom of the S220, you have the Silent Stinger wake plate system. Now, this is an option that used to only be available on Centurion boats, but for 2022, they brought it to Supremes as well. It's a patented design that is only available on Centurion and Supremes, and what it does is it ports the exhaust out of the back of the boat and then dissipates it through this plate system, through these exhaust ports right here. This is going to accomplish two things. Number one, it's going to give you a quieter ride. It's going to be much quieter and smoother for people inside of the boat, and it's also going to dissipate and get rid of any fumes or any steam that is coming off the back of the boat. One thing that I really like it for is I go out when it's cold fairly often, and so it gets rid of any of the steam that would normally be clouding up the space for the surfer right behind the boat, and instead dissipates it down into the wave. Now this wake plate right here, the Stinger plate, comes standard on all Supremes, and the Silent Stinger plate is an option which just ports the exhaust down through it. The Stinger plate allows you to control the running attitude of the boat and allow the bow to sit up higher out of the water or to be pushed down further low into the water. This is going to allow you to have maximum control over your surf wave. And not only can the Stinger plate be manipulated to give you maximum control over the wave, the Quicksurf plates on the sides of the boat can as well. It's not just simply an on-off design like other boats that are in this class. Instead, it is a system that you can control to customize not just the size, but the shape of your wake with just the touch of a button. One thing that is really unique on these Supremes is the ability to customize the shape of your wake without necessarily having to sacrifice the size. You can have a big steep wave, you can have a small mellow wave like most other boats, but you can also have a big mellow wave, or you can have a smaller steep wave. I can, as an example, go from having a barreling steep aggressive wave that I like to ride and then shift it to a wave that is proper for my son who's 8 years old that he can get out on and ride without draining any ballast at all. And it is because of the hull design and the plate technology that Supreme uses that allows me to be able to set up that wave combination for both myself, for my son, and for anybody else on the boat without having to spend a bunch of time draining ballast out of the boat or waiting for ballast to fill. It's just one example of why the Supremes are a surf-centered focus and why they're also one of the best value towboats on the market. As we move up here towards the front of the boat, there's some really unique characteristics to the EZV hull that is on the Supreme S220 that I wanted to point out and show you. Now, most surf boats are kind of notorious for taking water over the front. You probably know somebody that has a boat that they have taken a big giant wave over the front of the boat at one point or another. In fact, it's one of the things that people are really afraid about when it comes to wake boats. Well, when we're talking about the hull design on the EZV hull as being a surf-focused hull design on the Supremes, that actually has something to do with the bow characteristics as well. You wouldn't think that the bow has anything to do with the surf performance of the boat, but there's a very unique reason that it does on the Supremes. Most wake boats have a sheer vertical wall on the bow, meaning that instead of seeing this line that tapers downwards, the bow comes straight up and down on the sides. Most of the time it has a flat spot if it's a pickle fork bow, and then it comes to a straight vertical wall, or if it's a traditional bow, it just cuts straight down the sides. Instead, the Supreme EZV hull on the S220 is designed so that as you move from the bottom of the hull, going up to the side walls and going up to the rub rail here on the side, that the surface area will continually increase as you move up. In fact, it increases pretty dramatically. The reason for that is as a bow will go and enter into a water, if you have a wave that is coming at you, whether you're turning into your own surf wave or have another boat's wake that's coming into you, the boat will as the bow goes into the wave, the surface area will continue to increase as the water line moves up the bow, and the bow will lift up out of the water. Now, I'm not saying you can never take a wave over the front of this boat, but it's much more difficult to take water over the front of a Supreme than it is on almost any other towboat out there. It actually has much less to do about the height of the bow than it does the shaping of the bow design. And so by having it done this way, it makes it so that you can turn back around and pick up your surfer and not have to sit there and wait for every wave to pass you by before you make a turn. You can even turn directly into your surf wave, and unless you cut the throttle at the wrong time, you're going to be able to be okay and not have a giant wall of water come over the front of your boat. Because of the amount of ballast that we put in the Supremes, and because of how large the surf wave is, having a boat that can navigate those surf waves properly is a very important aspect of proper surf boat design. That's something you're going to find on the Supreme S220 and the S240 and any other boats on the Supreme lineup that you probably won't find on any other boats out there. As we move into the inside of the S220, there's a few great features to recognize that are really unique in this class of boat. First off, here at the back, you have these nice transom lockers that are a great place to hold ropes, to hold buoys, to hold flip-flops, any miscellaneous items like that. They also have a drain and can be used as a cooler. They're semi-insulated, and you can store drinks or other items back there as well as ice. One of the things I really enjoy about the Supremes is the way that they manage the storage compartments throughout the boat. Instead of just putting all of your storage space underneath the side seats of the boat, where to access you have to have people stand up and move, instead they put a lot of storage access here at the transom of the boat on top of the plug-and-play ballast bags. Here, when you open up the side compartments, you have these plug-and-play ballast bags that sit on top of the extra large hard tank ballast, but you still have ample storage space even when these bags are full. You have more than a foot of space above the bags that continues not over the top of this whole compartment, but actually even communicates all the way over on top of the engine compartment of the boat as well. This allows you to store things such as life jackets, ropes, other accessories. It's even large enough that you can even put a board that runs across the entire thing. And so you get lots of storage space in an area where you don't have to have people get up and move to access it. These storage compartments are large enough, in fact, that you can put as much as 14 life vests, wetsuits, ropes, other items here at the back of the boat, meaning that the wet items that you're going to want to put on and get in the water with, you can get to those and access them and use them without making anybody in the boat move so that you can access your gear. All right, now let's talk about power. Now, the Supreme S220 comes equipped standard with the PCM 6-liter L96 engine. This is a 409 horsepower motor with 410 foot-pounds of torque. It's way more power than what comes in most boats of this size in this class. Now, why do we put this power plant in the boats? Well, first off, we want you to have a phenomenal experience. The second point is because of how much ballast is packed into this boat. This S220, it comes equipped with 4,400 pounds of ballast. Now, that is more ballast than is available in any other towboat in any class of any size. No other boat on the market packs more than 4,000 pounds of ballast, and the Supreme S220 packs even more than all of those. This motor makes sure that you can push that weight and do it adequately regardless of what elevation you're at. Even up here at high elevation like we are here in Utah, you can go up to 6,000 plus feet. And this 409, because of the hull design on the Supreme 220 and the way that our surf system works, you'll be able to get to surf speed and maintain it no problem with a full crew and all 4,400 pounds of ballast filled. You can also plane out with way more ballast in the boat than you can pack in most others to wakeboard speed and have a phenomenal wakeboard wake on the S220. This PCM engine is just another example of how Supreme is elevating the game and really bringing the value class boat up to the next level. As we go into the inside of the boat, there's something I definitely want to hit on that is possibly one of the biggest upgrades that was made for 2022 in the Supreme Series boats. New on the S220 and all of the other models in the Supreme lineup is the new Comfort Strong vinyl available in all of the Supreme boats. When I say available, it's actually standard. This vinyl is the same top-notch 17 mil top coat vinyl that you get in all of the highest end Centurion boats in the Centurion lineup, and Supreme has brought it in and made it a standard feature on all Supremes. This doesn't just make this the nicest vinyl offered on any value class towboat. This is actually a nicer vinyl that's offered on than is what is offered on any other premium class towboat or even ultra premium class towboat. This is a 17 mil top coat, which means that the total vinyl and foam backing that is existing in it is thicker and higher quality than what is available on any other towboat in the market, bar none. This vinyl quality is exclusive to Centurion and Supremes, and for 2022, they brought it into the Supreme lineup. Now this vinyl you can get in two different textures. You can get it in the standard Comfort Strong vinyl, which is what you see here in like this brown color. This is Castano brown. You also have the ability to do a separate textured vinyl that is this pattern right here. This is called the outside the box texturing. Now this vinyl texturing can be available in accent panels, like you see in this boat right here where it's got silver texturing here. It also is available through the entire boat as an option. So if you want to have this outside the box texturing through the whole boat, you can do that. The difference between the two vinyls is just the texturing on the outside. The quality and the top coat and all of the other things that come with it is the same. But you just rest assured and know that regardless of whether you're looking at accent panels, the welt, any other different part of the vinyl on the boat, you are dealing with the highest quality vinyl on the market. It's pretty incredible. Here in the inside of the cockpit of the boat, there's a lot of new upgrades and developments that Supreme has made for the 2022 model year in the S220. We have a pop-up ski pylon that sits right here that just swivels up and locks in like that. Great for pulling skiers as well as pulling a tube if you want to do that. You also have stainless steel cup holders and accent lighting that is all billet aluminum running all the way through the interior of the boat. All of this stuff is standard. It's not an upgrade like you see on other boats, and there's not any plastic components or other things like that that are running down through here like cup holders or other items like that. One other great upgrade that they made in the Supremes for 2022 is its standard hinge seating under all of the side seats of the boats. This is the same hinges that they use on the Centurion boats that have a quick pull pin that allow you to remove the cushions if you want. It's the only seats that are available that you can have either hinged or not hinged, just depending on your preference. In addition to that, we also have the new optional sliding seat in the Supremes that allows you to take this back bench seat and slide it forward and lock it into place. That'll make it so that you can use it as an ottoman and kick your feet up like this. It also allows you to have lean backs that pop in and face backwards and face towards the rider so that more people can check out all the action that's going on behind the boat. Just a few other little refinements that they've done on the cockpit area to really enhance the level in the new Supreme 2022 boats. All right, now here in the cockpit, let's talk about the storage space that is available. Now the S220 is a 22-foot boat, but it's got as much storage as most 24-foot plus models. And the reason is because of the way that they designed the ballast placement in the boat, as well as just the storage compartments in general, the way the boat's engineered. So underneath the hinge seating, underneath the side seats, you see you have really large storage compartments under here that all sit on top of the extra large surf ballast tanks that run from the back of the boat all the way to the front. One other thing that's unique about these storage compartments in the S220 and all of the Supreme boats is that it is covered in a textured anti-mildew and anti-mold material. What that means is that it's almost like it's rhino lined or covered in another sort of coating that's going to allow your storage compartments to breathe and not absorb and retain moisture. This is going to mean that you're not going to get mold and mildew and other stuff like that in your storage compartments nearly as easily as one that is lined in carpet or some other different material such as that. It's also not going to wear down over time. You're not going to have things like marine carpet that gets degraded and falls down or anything like that. The storage compartments in this boat are going to stay looking extra nice for decades in the future. Essentially will never change. Now, going beyond that, they designed the storage in this boat to be not only spacious and really large, but also to be really functional to use. I mentioned the storage compartments in the back locker, but they also made some changes to the storage compartments here in the main observer compartment. So for the main observer compartment, rather than having to stand up and move out of the way to access it, you can just simply slide over and flip this up. So if there's a quick access that you want to reach down in there and grab, you can do that. If you need access to even more storage, you can move, and this whole large observer seat moves up out of the way so you can access the extra large storage going this direction. As you can see, the storage compartment in this boat is massive. You can fit boards, skis, tubes, pretty much anything that you want here in this storage locker. And going beyond that, this storage locker communicates all the way from the front of the boat going back towards the back. To take it even one step further, the storage locker can be accessed both from the back side as well as the front side in the bow, and similarly the bow cushion can lift up and you can access a full storage locker going all the way through, meaning that you can access every part of the storage compartment from pretty much anywhere in the boat. It's super functional and nice. You can even do things like run something that runs through the bow of the boat and comes back out this side. It's just a really functional way of utilizing the extra storage space that's available in the S220. Here in the cockpit of the S220, you can see that the interior of this boat is massive. It feels larger than most 23-foot boats, and that's just because of the way that the boat was engineered and designed. It allows them to open up the interior so much more because of the elevated gunnel height. Now, what this does for you is it gives you lots of extra space and lots of extra capacity for more people, as well as all the gear to support them. Now, the interior is also finished off with premium quality materials and components. Examples of that are all of the stainless steel fixtures throughout the interior of the boat, as well as the Gator Step flooring. Now, Gator Step is standard on all Supreme models for 2022, meaning you don't have to pay to upgrade to get Gator Step flooring or any other kind of flooring material put in your boat. Going beyond that, Gator Step is by far the best flooring available in any boats out there on the market. It's a lot higher quality than other Chinese-made other type of flooring that is put in by other boat manufacturers. It's more robust, it's got a nicer texture to it, and it's going to hold up longer and is easier to take care of and clean. Now, taking it even one step further than that, Supreme has made it so that in the 2022 model boats, you can customize your Gator Step flooring options, meaning you can select from as many as 2 different layers of Gator Step and have that Gator Step customized to the exact color and pattern that you want to have. Whether you want to opt for just a single layer gray Gator Step, or you want to go all the way to something like the Salute to Service Gator Step that's available in this boat that is a combination of whiskey barrel and black colors, you can opt for whatever you want. Red, blue, green, gray, black, brown, whatever kind of colors you want to put in the boat, you can customize your Gator Step to exactly what you want. And it really upgrades the entire finish of the interior of any Supreme. All right, as you move in here to the cockpit, there's a lot of different upgrades and changes that were made on the 2022 Supreme S Series. Now, this S220 dash is really incredible. It's far above what is available in other value class boats. You have a full touchscreen integration right here that has full controls over everything that you may want in the boat. Everything from zero-off cruise control that is standard to all of your different ballast controls and surf plate controls. You even have the ability to add navigation into the dash for a navigation upgrade. You have full stereo integration in the dash with zone control that is available in the boat. This all comes standard on all of the Supreme boats for 2022. Going a step even beyond that, you also have rider profile presets. This means that you can pre-program in different settings on the boats. Press one button, it will set everything in the boat up for you. This makes it easy for anybody to be able to drive and deliver the perfect wakeboard wake, the perfect wakesurf wave, or really any other different settings you want to set up in the boat. All you got to do is just go to the rider preset, such as surf left, hit activate, and it sets the boat up for you. It automatically controls ballast, speed, plate settings, and really anything that you want to have in the boat to make sure that it performs exactly the way you want. This is a feature that used to only be available in the premium class towboats, but is now available in all Supremes standard for 2022. Next up in the dash is a few different great little features. First off, you have a wireless charging cell phone holder that sits right here that holds any cell phone, even an extra large one, such as the one I have with a really large OtterBox case on it. You also have a heater vent port that's right here on the right side that makes it so it can go over to the driver and give them some extra heat, which is a really cool little feature. You also have control over all of your different lighting and functions with the switches right here on the right side. Now, one thing that's important to know when we're talking about the touchscreen dash and the Supremes is a lot of times people have some concerns and go, hey, it was great to have a boat that had just manual switches to control things such as our ballast or our plate settings or things like that. What we found actually is by going to the touchscreen integration controls is that our warranty rate and our issues that we have on the boat have actually dropped dramatically, as much as 80%. We're no longer having issues with ballast pumps going out or other items taking place because it's run off of a manual system. Instead, all of your controls are all integrated in, so you can have things such as when you press fill on your ballast, it will automatically fill up to 100%, and once it's at 100%, it will automatically shut off. By having monitoring existing in all of these different places in the boat, it makes it not only more functional and user-friendly, but also more reliable and a better way to see exactly what is going on in all the different aspects of your boat. As an example, in the Supreme S220, if you set your ballast tanks to 195 on the other side, you can actually see as your ballast is filling each percentage point going all the way up. It measures and controls the amount of ballast that is going into your boat and will automatically stop when you reach the level that you intend. This is just one other example of how Supremes have been elevated up to a premium level to not only provide you a better experience on the water, but also make it more reliable when you're off the water. As I move up here into the front of the bow, you can see how spacious and nice this bow is. It's got plenty of room that I can have another person sitting here next to me, facing backwards and checking out all the action. It's also really comfortable if I spin around and face forward going this direction. As you see, I can have my legs stretched out straight, and I've got still plenty of room out in front of me to be able to sit whatever direction that I want. Now, this is a unique thing because most other boats that are in this size class that have a large cockpit have a really small bow in order to make up for it. Not in the S220. You get a large spacious bow with lots of room and storage underneath all of your compartments in the bow, along with having a really large cockpit for your full crew. Now, also, you have a bow fill cushion that drops in here in the bow that you can remove and have a footwell that drops in if you want to do that. Now, some people like to have a clear open walkway without the bow fill cushion, so you can have that feature, or you can have the bow fill cushion dropped in. There's also people who like to use this as a mini storage compartment and put things underneath the bow fill cushion, such as a cooler or even the things like their boat cover or a tube, something like that. But the S220, you have the customization to do that. You have the option of doing ballast underneath the seats, but it's all soft plug and play bags that will only take up storage when you're using them. It's an option that we typically don't put in most of the S220s, and so there's just clear open storage all the way through. But if you do opt for that, you still can use the bow for storage space when your ballast is not full. Now let's talk about towers. For 2022, the Supreme boats are equipped with two different tower options. You can go with the Supreme Shine Series tower, which is a stainless steel tower that comes in a brushed stainless type of look. You also have the option to upgrade to the Supreme F-Series tower, which is what is shown on this boat right here. The F-Series tower is a powder-coated tower that can be in either black or white. It also has the option to come equipped with color-matching tower panels that you see right here. These tower panels, you can bring the exterior of the boat into the inside of the boat and just really upgrade the look on the outside and the inside of the tower if you want to. These are optional and you don't have to go with them. You can just go with a straight black or white, but you can do a color matching panel if you want to. They also come equipped with these board racks right here that swivel to the inside of the boat. They're magnetic locking that have a really nice bungee system that locks and holds your boards in without nearly as much spring as other bungee racks do. Or if you want to, you can opt to upgrade to the bombshell board racks on the Supreme boats. These bombshell board racks are exclusive to Centurion and Supremes for 2022, and they really give you the best possible way of holding your boards. They're faster to load and unload than other board racks are. They keep them more secure than other board racks do, and unlike any other racks on the market, they're safe for even your high-end EPS surfboards, meaning they're not going to ding or damage your surfboards when you're taking them in and out. Finally, here in the tower, you have Wet Sound's premium audio components. There's two different stereo options for 2022. If you choose to upgrade to tower speakers, you can either do one set of these Wet Sound Rev 10 tower speakers, or you can opt to do two sets of Rev 10 tower speakers to really enhance the audio for people going behind the boat. These Rev 10 tower speakers are the gold standard in marine audio, and they're encased in these custom housings that are designed exclusively to fit for the Centurion and Supreme towers for 2022. They really enhance the look and the feel of the tower while providing the best possible audio experience. The great thing about these Rev 10 speakers is they have horn drivers in them, meaning they project sound out and away from the boat. Meaning if you have a surfer or a wakeboarder back behind, they can hear the sound crystal clear without necessarily having to blast and drown out everyone else in the boat. Because of the way that the dash is equipped with zone controls, you can also change and control how much volume is going through the tower speakers versus how much volume is going through the interior speakers and the subwoofer on the boat. It really enhances the audio experience and makes it so that you can tune your sound exactly the way you want it. One of my favorite things on the S220 is the way they finished off the gunnels here on the sides of the boat. What that means is that you've got these sidewalls here, that the top deck portion is really wide, so it's not this tiny little strip that you have to step on when you're stepping in and out of the boat. And they've also lined it in Gator Step. So you can have Gator Step here on the back, they're in between the tower, so if you're climbing directly in through the sides, and all the way wrapped around the bow of the boat as well. You've got a nice place to step to move in and out of the boat when you're at the dock, when you're on the trailer, on the side of a houseboat, really wherever you have the boat at. You're not going to be having to step into the interior of the boat and step across a really thin layer of gel coat or something that's really slippery. It gives you a nice platform to step on to move in and out of the boat. Just one extra little refinement that takes this boat up a notch. All right, everyone, we are back here at Boardco where we have an S220 and an S240 here on display for you to check out if you want to come down here to our shop to see these amazing boats. If you want to learn any more information about the Supreme S220, check out boardcoboats.com for more information, or reach out to us and give us a call, a text message, an email. Really reach out to us however you like, and we are happy to provide you any information we possibly can on these incredible boats. Check out the other video that we did on the performance on the S220 and S240 so you can check out the surf performance on these boats and what makes them truly unique in the segment that they are in. Let us know how we can help you. Check out boardco.com for more information and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this as we have them coming. Thanks a ton, everyone, for spending time with us, checking out the new Supreme boats, and we'll see you later.